Thank you so much for still staying tuned with Afia Television. And this is News Today. I am Ogochukwu Wasai. And just like I said earlier, I've been joined by Dr. Jane Dure. She's a medical doctor with the Emergency Medicine Department, UNTH. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, because of time, let's go straight. Why do many Nigerian hospitals reject accident victims? We've seen this over time, that when there are accident victims, emergency victims, we always see the hospitals reject them for some reasons we clearly do not know. Please let us know.
Okay, as in emergency, it's 9 years, with our policy, our standard operations, you don't reject an accident victim, even if there's no relative. You don't. But the places I know that might reject a victim might be a private hospital that they say they don't know who brought this patient, they don't know who is going to take ownership of the patient. But in tertiary hospitals and UNTH, that I know for sure, there is no form of rejection of an accident victim. Usually when an accident victim is brought and nobody knows and the person is unconscious, the person is usually labeled unknown and is attended to unknown. And the person has access to every healthcare facility you can think of. The person has access to drugs and medications until there's someone to come and take care of the person. So I think the people that might reject might just be private hospitals. For tertiary hospitals, I know standard operations and you don't reject.
Oh, okay, because, I know of a law that says there is compulsory treatment and care for victims of gunshots and other emergency cases. This is a law around 2017. But I think this is supposed to be for all hospitals. So why is it that, like you said, tertiary hospitals do not reject, and there are some hospitals that actually reject? Because we've seen it over time. When people are rushed to nearby hospitals, we hear cases of being rejected in one hospital, the next hospital, and before they get to a hospital that might accept them, it might be a different case together. Is there a reason why there is a particular hospital that accepts and there are other hospitals that do not accept?
Okay, looking at our environment, someone might say you bring a patient and there is no one to claim ownership, there is no one to take care of the patient, there is no one to, get the basic thing the patient needs. The person might say, oh, I don't want to enter trouble. I don't want someone to come and say, I'm the one that killed this person. Because definitely, at times, because it's a tertiary center, at times there might be a road traffic accident and people hear that some had accidents and they've been rushed to, let's say, UNTH, and they come, you see that there are some persons that might have died, maybe died at the site of the accident or died on arrival at the hospital. They are not quarreling anybody, they are not fighting with anybody because they know, I know they must have tried everything. But you might see this scenario now, if it's a private hospital, they might be like, oh, are you sure you're not the one that this person, are you sure? People, there might be litigation issues around it. So in that case, the private person might want to say, okay, I want to get a police cover. I just want to get the cover so that whatever I'm doing, yes, authorities know what I'm doing. But tertiary hospital, we go out of our way. We start doing, even there are ways where we were not able to help the person and the person still died. The relatives are not making any troubles. They can comfortably say, okay, sorry, we know you tried. So I think it's because of the cases around already in Nigeria that people are trying to, turn on the side of caution and be careful.
All right, so apparently it is a case of the environment we find ourselves in. Now, aside this particular reason that you've given, are there other challenges that the hospital face when it comes to the Department of Emergency Cases face when it comes to handling issues around this?
Yes, we know that at Nigeria and where we find ourselves, we are resource-limited regions where at times there might be some things you need and they are not currently available at that time. So you might want to get something not available. But to the best of my knowledge and to the best of my practice for the years I've practiced, the basic thing an accident victim means blood, oxygen, drugs, fluids, those things are available in most emergency centers. Okay. There might not be a case whereby the person might need intensive care and maybe there are not enough beds in the ICU or you don't have the beds there, patients are already occupying it. That's it. Or resource limited regions, we don't have everything.
Okay, now, just like you said that it's basically out of fear to get cover. So do you think there are things that the government, NGOs, or practically individuals can do to help mitigate this situation so that we don't continue to lose people to preventable deaths when it comes to other hospitals that are not tertiary hospitals?
Okay, yes. The first thing I think everybody should have basic emergency know-how. And I think so. I started doing some things online with my handles. So I think everybody should know what to do. Everybody should know BLS because there are cases whereby you see somebody slumps and the people around, nobody knows exactly what to do to help that person. People are snapping, people are taking videos, and people are just saying, oh, happening now. That is not what we have. Somebody needs to man up doing basic life support for that person. Because most times you notice that some of those preventable deaths, because the persons around don't have the basic medical know-how, before they get to the hospital, it's already too late. And at that time, there's no magic that can. So the first thing I would say is that everybody needs basic emergency knowledge, know how to do CPR, simple thing like cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Everybody know how to do that. NGOs can also pump their money so that we can actually have better source in telehealth because we know telehealth is where the world is to now. Whereby you can phone the hospital or phone a doctor and the person tells you, okay, start doing this while you're on your way to the hospital. We know that can actually save a lot of persons. But it's just that we don't know. So I think these are the things, telehealth and everybody getting knowledge of BLS, of CPR, and those things that things that will help.
Okay, great. Now, I would like to ask this final question before we round off because of time. So, are there any emergency numbers that we can use to contact hospitals here in Nigeria, especially here in the Southeast, that we can easily call and get the hospital's attention anywhere there is victim?
Yes, there are emergency numbers. We already know 911, but we know in some hospitals have different emergency numbers that apply to them. And different, like in our emergency, we have some emergency numbers you can call. But the challenge with some of those things is because of the ambulance system in this part of the world is not so much that you have emergency medical services that can go there and pick up. But I know Enugu State already have emergency medical service that I don't know if they've started working already, but I know there is something like that they were trying to set up, emergency medical service, whereby they can actually be informed and they go and pick up. Another set of findings that are also helping is the road safety. Because UNTH, we know that most of the accident victims we get is the road safety people that bring them. So they are the ones on the road, they are the ones that used to get access to this and get them to the hospital. But another thing I was saying, individuals can actually everybody should at least have the number of a doctor, somebody you can call that can tell you, okay, start this, start doing this. It might even be in the middle of the night. It might not even be a road traffic accident, he said. It might even be somebody that is stroking, and someone will just, you call someone and the person tells you, oh, start doing the abdominal thrust. This is how to do it. The person gives you instructions. I think that is what will help in our environment because most times both the resource limitation, the transportation issues, and poverty is actually hindering people from getting to the hospital on time.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your insights. We're already out of time and we're going to be rounding off here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That's the much we can take on our bulletin this afternoon. Many thanks for staying tuned. Do well to follow us on all social media platforms at Afia TV Official. I am Ogochukwu Osai.